We're going to start things off with Strongholds on live fire. Game 2 will be Slayer, Bazaar, followed by Capture the Flag on Aquarius, and if we need it, and I'm sure we will, Game 4, Oddball Recharge, and closing things out on Street Slayer. Oh man, I hope we get a Game 5. To Clutch's point earlier, we saw Fnatic take Pioneers all the way to that Game 5, a nail-biter of a series, and now they're looking to continue that momentum here, going up against a very tough competition, a very tough team on the other side. That's Acend. Who on this Acend team is someone to look out for if you're new to their roster?
For me, it's got to be Lqgend. I think Legend's the best player on this team. He's consistently just dominating. His individual skill can compete with some of North America's best, but this entire team, the reason they've had so much success in the EU is because they are 4 of the best players in that region. They have come together, they have put together what I would call a dynasty over there. They haven't had much success over in North America, and this is the biggest shot they have at it as of yet.
Yeah, and they got a tall task ahead of them. Pioneers wants to put on for their city. They want to put on for this crowd. If you've been tuning in this weekend, you have seen how live this venue has been, and I love it. I couldn't ask for anything more, and I'm so excited to get into this best of 5. For me, on the other side now, talking about Pioneers and who needs to kind of be the X factor on their team, I would love to get your thoughts on that as well.
Yeah, this whole Pioneers team is very similar in the fact of all 4 of these players incredibly individually skilled. They kind of step up and take turns, but it really is Taulek that usually leads this team in slays. I need a big series out of Taulek if they're going to have success here and now. SoulSnipe, we're also looking at you because the last time we had you on screen, you were dominating as well. So very excited for those 2.
Yeah, you said it, Clutch. Taulek is that X factor on this team, that do-it-all player, but just really prides himself on his slaying prowess, right? He can get it done when it matters most, and we've seen it time and time again. Looking at his stats right here, his KD 1.36, very impressive. Taulek is definitely a player to keep your eyes on, and if you're new to the Halo scene, new to the competitive scene, this Pioneers roster is just known for their run-and-gun playstyle, and like Clutch mentioned, Acend is that version on the across the pond, right? So both of these teams are gonna be going at each other's throat. They're gonna be the aggressors, and it's gonna come down to who will be the ultimate aggressor in the end.
Yeah, and if you want to point out someone else to probably call out from Acend that needs to have a strong series, it's got to be Snipedrone. He's known for having so much individual skill. He's actually the only player on this team that isn't French, Faisal. Oh. He maybe not able to communicate as well with the other players at times. The small talk probably isn't there for him, but it gives him that opportunity to take that Eric Rona approach to the game where you're listening, you're dominating, and you're taking over from just a gameplay perspective. Maybe not the leader in comms, but now Snipedrone underway. He's going to position himself top turret, spots a player front house, and already you can see the prioritization on this top tower location from Acend. It's done them well so far.
Here we go, game number 1, Pioneers versus Acend. If you're the hometown crowd, make some noise as Pioneers looks to continue their tournament. Taulek takes down Shaady right there, now jumps top screens, trying to take less damage, but unfortunately is taken down by grenade.
All right, so kills back and forth. The power-up looks like it was collected by Druk, but can he stay alive is a question. He gets a kill. He goes down. And all of a sudden, the Pioneers look to have won the break initially. You got Snipe in the hands of Manny. He's bringing it all the way to house, and he's actually going to drop that one for SoulSnipe. And if we can hop on board with SoulSnipe, maybe some magic will happen. The first 2 shots don't connect. The third, it's a body shot, but no one there to finish. And unfortunately, I think he just dropped his VR. He could be in deep trouble if he doesn't pick something else up.
A great start for Pioneers, 38-0. They have control currently of A and C, but it looks like there's going to be a little bit of a swap coming here as Pioneers looking to get B, and on the other side you have Acend trying to stop the bleeding. There we go, they got C, but still no points on the board for Acend, and this one's been all Pioneers.
All Pioneers. Maybe that Game 5 against Fnatic is exactly what the doctor ordered to wake this team up here on Sunday. Kicking it off with a trip cap, 58-0, and although they may lose A for now, it does look like they're going to continue to score here for a bit.
That trip cap, you gotta be careful. If you're Acend, this game can get away from you, and it can get away from you quick as Manny puts that green gun to use. This has been a fantastic start. On the other side, Shaady still not on the board just yet. Manny in a great spot top middle, able to get so much information, charging up that green gun, waiting very patiently to get that kill, and playing his life so well. Unfortunately, though, gets taken down as we hop on board with Snipedrone.
They're still in a trip cap. Look at this, Snipedrone. You need to figure out a way to get into a stronghold, stop the bleeding, because it's already about to be 100 points. Look at that, though. A, B, and C were all being converted momentarily. A did get reset, but B and C, for the first time, going to go in the hands of Acend, and now they start to score points. How long can they keep this going is the question. A big 1v1 by Shaady to get on the board. Like you said, Faisal, this could be where Acend get back into game one.
First team to 250 will be the victors here, as we see finally Acend able to hold a bit of a setup. Like we talked about, this game can get away from you so quick if you're not careful. Good shots there by Lqgend, taking down Druk, now bottom middle, trying to head towards pillars, chooses to turn around and head towards A instead.
Yeah, we'll see if he pays off here. They lost B in the process, so Lqgend not able to influence the B retake. But now, look at this flank. I actually love this route by him, and he's rewarded with not one, not two, but an assist as well. 4 dead for Pioneers, and Lqgend making a perfect play there to end up big door with the flank, has awarded Acend with B control once again.
And this is the exact answer you expect and you would want to see out of Acend after a very rough start. We talk about Halo Infinite Clutch constantly. We talk about the snowball effect a lot of the times in the Slayers as Sica takes down Taulek there, nice melee. But that snowball effect can happen in any game type on any map, and it's hard sometimes to weather the storm. So good job by Acend to try to bounce back here as you're trying to fight for B. That repulsor sends both players down, and Druk with the double kill picks up the snipe.
The massive repulse on both those players to stay alive, continue to transfer B, but most importantly expose them to where Druk picks up easy 2 kills. That was a game-changing moment by that player from Pioneers.
Big snipe out of Druk. He is running around the playground right now, making it look easy. Snipe still in his hands, has 5 bullets to work with, and Pioneers finally back in control and extending the lead, almost up by 100 points.
Almost up by 100 again, and look at that. They're pushing the trip cap. B going to be transferred over, and A just now being stepped into by Acend, and you can already see Druk has the intention of trying to push this player that's in A. He was on the pillar. Druk didn't quite see him, and I like this play by Druk. He's not going to overextend towards A. Let's hold B, Druk, and that's exactly what he does. He picks up the first kill, and this is going to be some great opportunity for Pioneers to once again continue to dominate game one.
What a time for Druk to catch fire. That repulse led to so much success for him in this life cycle, as we're now hopping on board with SoulSnipe. Taulek on that kill feed gets a kill with that heat wave. So heat wave in control of Pioneers, the entire map in control of Pioneers. But as I say that, excuse me, the double cap in favor of Acend. So they are back in control for the time being, but SoulSnipe in a good position here at tower. He needs to stay alive.
Yeah, this is a big moment for Pioneers. They need to figure out a way to slow the game down, get a couple kills, and regain control. Something we saw E United struggle to do against Optic. Will it happen here and now? Will we see the same mistakes made by some of North America's best? No! They get 3 straight kills, and now all of a sudden the Pioneers look to push a trip cap once again, and love this aggression by Manny. The rotation back to A to just delay a stronghold from being captured is massive by Manny.
Pioneers is so good at pressing their advantages. As soon as they see an opening, they will press it, and that's what makes them so successful, smart, and patient. Good shots there out of Manny, single-handedly holding down that B stronghold point.
Manny with 17 kills so far here in game one. He is this guy for Pioneers that when he is on fire, this Pioneers team is the most dangerous. And Manny showing you that he's starting to heat up on Championship Sunday.
5 seconds until the next camouflage will spawn onto the map.
Taulek.
Good shots out of Taulek. Takes down Sica, says sit down. Gets cleaned up as that camo is not burned. It is down on the body right there. So who will be able to pick up this camo?
Druk's in a good position, but he actually prioritizes the strongholds. 207 to 54 right now and climbing. They're going to push a trip cap once again. And although Snipedrone gets that camo, Druk hits the no-scope on the Snipedrone, denies C. And now all of a sudden, Acend feeling all of the pressure that is built against them with 22 points needed from Pioneers.
And now we see it once again. Clutch, the trip cap is in full effect as Acend is trying to stop the bleeding by capturing C, able to do just that. But look, that player Shaady and C goes down. The trip cap is being pushed once again, but B does get converted by one Acend player as they're now rotating in garage over to A.
Yeah, it's up to one Acend player to try and stop B, but they actually all went into garage, and now it's going to be so difficult for them to have an angle to deny Taulek from trying to transfer this over. Taulek immediately gets a kill, hops into it, and now if Acend don't act quickly, which they're all dead, Faisal, they're not going to be able to hop into a stronghold. 3 currently dead once again for Acend, and already Just 10 points needed for Pioneers.
Yeah, this has been all Pioneers, and you couldn't have asked for a better start if you're a KCP fan, as this is do or die for both teams. Win or go home. 240 to 57. Looking at the scoreboard, 18 for Manny, 16 for Druk. These players are playing out of their minds, and it couldn't come at a better time.
And Acend know they have to push the trip cap. They're in A right now, but unfortunately, this could be the overextension Pioneers need in this game. They find the first pick, and now with the numbers advantage, their focus immediately shifts to B. They find the second kill as well, and now look at this. Hopping into B, 10 points is all they need, but they're going to start to lose A as well. So Pioneers not acting as quick as they were, not as dominant as they were earlier in this game. Now Acend continuing to creep this score line, but it's only a matter of time, you'd have to think.
Yeah, and we'd both expect this to be a close series, so definitely not surprising to see Acend show signs of life here, even if it's the final moments of the game. We always talk about it, Clutch. It's so important to end a game strong, even if you are going to lose that game. Have good habits. Go into the game, next game with confidence, as we're looking here. Going for the trip cap is Acend, but only 2 points left to go for Pioneers, as they're looking to cap A. They already have B control, and they will win this game.
Yeah, Sica needs to get into B somehow, some way. He's going to make it there on time. Still just 2 points, all Pioneers need, and that repulsor doesn't quite get Sica out. But look at this, more players showing up. SoulSnipe picks up a triple kill in the kill feed. 4 dead for Acend, and game one, it's over. It was all Pioneers all day, and that's a phenomenal way to start this series off.
Wow. Wow is all I have to say. Pioneers coming out, showing us what they're all about in this championship Sunday. Like I said, it is win or go home, and what a way to start off that series for Pioneers.
Unbelievable, right? And although it wasn't the cleanest finish, they still have so much momentum to roll off of. That series against Fnatic made me very worried about how Pioneers showed up today, but maybe, like I said, it was just what the doctor ordered to get them awake, to get them ready for a series against Acend, and to make this elimination bracket run possible.
And we are just hearing in our ear, I know we got Pioneers and Acend in front of us, but Cloud9 just went down in the winners bracket.
Oh,
Sentinels takes them down 3-1. So you're going to have to face Cloud9 in the losers bracket pretty soon if you're any of these elimination bracket teams. And Sentinels showing us that they heard all the disrespect. They heard all the talk, and they are not having it anymore. Frosty was playing out of his mind earlier, but wow, we got to talk about this Pioneers and Acend match right now. Clutch, looking at the stats, 18 for Druk, 18 and 11. What a game out of him.
What a game out of everybody on Pioneers. Honestly, Manny with 20 to his name. You see Druk started to pick it up there at the end. The triple kill from SoulSnipe, so even though he went 13 and 17, he closed that game out for his team. And with 8 assists, I mean, everybody really on Pioneers playing well, and that's why that score is so lopsided, because this Pioneers team is so strong. When they're playing that well, they can dominate anybody.
4,800 damage apiece for Manny and Druk, and again, that's why this team is so dangerous. We expect the players like SoulSnipe and Taulek typically to be those slayers, quote unquote, but Manny and Druk can do it all as well. This team is so well-rounded. As we're looking at the series layout once again, game one handedly goes to Pioneers, as we're gonna hop next into Bazaar. Slayer, Clutch, what are the keys to success, and what do you have to do if you're Acend to bounce back here?
You want to control the middle of the map, right? You have to control that rockets and the overshield, and you want to use a strong start potentially to sway the game heavily in your favor. So often this weekend we have seen strong starts in Slayers typically result in W's. So often does the snowball, is it so hard to stop once a team gets complete control of the map, the sandbox, and just like positioning, right? So if I'm Acend, I have to start this game 2 off right. You do not want to go down 2-0 for your first opportunity at a top 6 finish. And this is a very difficult map mode combo to try and conquer if you have a slow start. So Acend needs to get off on the right foot. And if you're Pioneers, you know they want this series over with. Taking a look at what just happened on main stage, Faisal, you have E United in the elimination bracket. You have Cloud9 in the elimination bracket. You have FaZe in the elimination bracket, and Pioneers as well. There's too many top dogs down there. You want this series to be as quick as possible because you need all the gas in the tank you can have.
Bazaar Slayer, you have the rockets, you have the overshield, you have the bulldog, you have the dynamo grenades. You have so much to work with in this map as we hop on board with Manny from Pioneers, making his way over towards top rockets. spots the player on the other side, able to pick up the rockets and waste both, but able to get the kill, and a good start for Pioneers, 3-0.
A perfect start for the Pioneers. They're starting to heat up, and like I said, if Manny can play consistently at the tallest point of his game, this team will be a tough out for anyone in the elimination bracket, including Cloud9. So let's see if Manny can keep it up. SoulSnipe, I like the fact here, Pioneers have slowed this down.
This is a great position for Pioneers. So much real estate on the map. They're able to just trap Acend in their base right now, and we are seeing things slow down right now. Clutch, both these teams know this is win or go home, so no room for error. Already down 1-0 in the series if you're Acend, so it looks like they're turtling a little bit, playing a little bit slow.
This is so uncharacteristic of both these teams, so the fact that both these two teams have chosen to play like this is so significant. It shows how much this moment means. No mistakes can be made, Faisal. And in stalemates like this, it's going to benefit the team in control of the weapons and the map. And look at this, Pioneers extend the lead by 1, but that's exponentially at this pace.
And this is not what you want to see if you're Acend, because you're not seeing the aggression, the comfortability, and we see the once again the dropping of the weapons, the whipping of the weapons. Snipedrone though, excuse me, able to make his way over bottom Bulldog and get that kill, so at least gets one on the board.
They wanted to pair grapple with the Bulldog shotgun so that they could be a little bit more aggressive with the Bulldog. So I love the strategy that we just saw take place from the Pioneer side. We'll see if it pays off. Snipedrone, he's under fire. Taulek takes him down. Taulek and Manny getting a few kills of their own, extending this now 8-1, Faisal. An overshield, it's coming up soon, and that only means Pioneers are going to have map control to get this next OS.
Yeah, this can get real bad real quick if you're Acend, as Pioneers has all the control on the map. They have the power weapons to their name, and they have an 8-kill lead early in this game.
11-3, and the Pioneers continue the domination from game 1 here to the start of game 2, and they look so comfortable right now. No pressure from Acend here as of yet in this series. Acend needs to wake up. They have to do it now because this is getting ugly.
Taulek in a great position right now, a power position with that commando, able to get so much information for his team and just rain down fire from that bridge. Now going to rotate over towards the rocket side, spots the player top rockets, does some damage, getting chased in the bar, able to drop and get away. A slippery player, but ultimately finally goes down.
A difficult kill nonetheless, and that has bought time for the rest of the boys to pick up a few kills of their own. But Acend, for the first time, they get a successful trade in their advantage. That was a 2-4 swing for them, and now all of a sudden they're just down 5.
Yeah, they absolutely needed those series of events to play out the way they did, because that could have gotten away from them very easily, as once again, though, that lead gets extended from 5 to 7 in the blink of an eye, and I expect to see that consistently out of this Pioneers roster in this game. But typically when they get these leads, they'd like to hold on to them, and they tend to hold on to them.
Yeah, the big question here is how can Acend get back into this, because the slow playstyle is not benefiting them. Yes, they had a little bit of shine there, but unfortunately it's all dark now that Taulek's got himself the first kill, finds the second in tree, and the pressure. Look at this, Pioneers, they do not want you to stay alive. A nice combo shot from Sica, but it's still not enough. Nobody else from Acend is there to finish the kill, and Taulek finessing Snipedrone to find another one before he's finally taken down.
Taulek making plays, and that's what we love to see here in the elimination bracket, as Lqgend and Shaady grab a couple kills, so able to, again, get a little bit of control back. We have Druk on your screen now with the dynamo grenades, blocking off that top pipe now, rotating bottom. Shaady knows there's a player sitting up there, not able to get the grenade, though, as both SoulSnipe and Druk are just going to camp out down here in the bottom. Shaady able to get the grenade kill. He threw it up into the vent, West. That was a great play out of SoulSnipe.
They knew he was there. They knew he was weak from the first brew grenades, and it took 4 brew grenades, but they got the kill, and that has given them once again the middle of the map control. Although overshield momentarily in the hands of Acend, it's a race immediately. Taulek ARs him to finish that one off, and look at how they get that kill, slow it down, make sure no one spawns behind you, wash, rinse, repeat. Pioneers still in control.
Taulek takes down Shaady with the help of SoulSnipe.
Here
the aggression is in their favor. Good shots once again out of SoulSnipe. A couple players for each side fall, but a 13-kill lead for Pioneers. Everything is working in their favor. Looking at that scoreboard, it's all going good for Pioneers.
That first death is everything for Acend. As soon as they lose a player, they know Pioneers are about to swarm, and Pioneers pushing this to the 11 kill lead. They now have 30-19 for Acend to come back into this phase. What can they possibly do?
It's going to come down to just trying to get the kills at a time where the power-ups and power weapons are coming up. That's what can swing the outcome of a game like this, is if you're fortunate enough to get a 4 down while Rockets and Ovi are coming up, and then you could try to collapse on their spawns. But again, that's such a specific scenario to have to play out, because that's why you don't want to go down by more than double digits in the Slayer, because the game is so hard to recover from at a high level. Now we're on board with Lqgend, able to get a trade, but trades are not your friend if you're Acend right now.
No, absolutely not. Trades are unacceptable at this point in the game. If you're Acend, you need to figure out a way to make this one close, going into the 40 kill mark. And Overshield Rockets, they're coming up in 7 seconds. Faisal Sica, he's made his way to the middle of the map. He's got his shield back. This could be the opportunity Acend needs.
Yeah, they need to get some kills on the board as well. And fortunately, though, able to get that Overshield and punch it is Sica. That's step one. Step two is the Rockets in the hands of Lqgend, excuse me. This could be the opportunity and the opening that Acend was looking for, as the aggression is finally on. And we're looking at Sica move forward, but yes, caught off guard. You can't let that happen. And that player gets eliminated from the picture.
What a big kill by Druk to just relieve some of the pressure that was happening. It looked like Acend was set up to go on a run, but those minor deaths, those single deaths, can cause so much damage to the pressure that you're allowed to put on. And now look, Pioneer's able to trade out another kill in their favor, 34-26. So although Pioneers lost Overshield, lost the battle for Rockets, they've minimized the damage here from Acend.
Yeah, an 8-kill game, so reasonable, Clutch, doable. We've seen it done before plenty times now, a 7-kill game, so be careful if you're Pioneers. You don't want to give this Acend team a crazy comeback to get momentum off of, as Sica takes down Manny. But Snipedrone goes down on the other side, so 35-28. This is still a very winnable game if you are Acend.
And if you're Pioneers, you want a buddy system up. Look at this fight from SoulSnipe. He finds one, the other player, he's forced to leave bar, but SoulSnipe able to at least trade one out. Gets the closer and closer to 50. You now need 14, but Faisal, it's a 6-kill game. Acend with one clean wipe of the team can make this a 2-kill game, and just like that, a trade comes through, but another kill for Acend, not able to be traded out, and SoulSnipe, he's got a lot of work to do to push this one the distance.
This player stuck in Treehouse, he is down, but nice grenade and trade there out of Snipedrone. Really, he was in between a rock and a hard place there, able to get a kill. Shaady using the grapple, trying to stay alive out of middle. Overshield will be spawning very soon as Shaady goes down. It's only a 5-kill game right now. Make that 4. Ovi will be spawning very soon.
Multiple players going down for Pioneers. 3 dead, make it 4 momentarily. Taulek comes off spawn. Overshield in the hands of Acend. It's their 3rd straight Overshield in a row, and now you can see that directly impacting the score line. It's a 3-kill game.
We talked about it, Clutch. You gotta control the power-ups. You gotta control the power weapons on the map like Bazaar, and now we see if Shaady and the boys on Acend can make Pioneers pay. What a play, though, out of Pioneers. Getting together in that bar area, able to help each other out, but it's still a 3-kill game. Acend must be feeling good right about now.
So much pressure on these players on the pillars. They both go down, a massive one-on-one. SoulSnipe wins it, and that's a 6-kill lead back in the hands of Pioneers.
Big plays out of KCP. You hear the chants in the crowd. Druk gets one. Lqgend cleans him up, though. 4 kills left to go, and Pioneers will go up 2-0 in this win-or-go-home series.
5 seconds for Rockets, and SoulSnipe's right there to pick them up when they come up. They have information of where these players are, and I love that SoulSnipe has brought these closer to a teammate, put them to use, and although the Pioneers lose 2, they have so much room for error, 47-41.
2 kills left to go. Rockets still in the hands of Pioneers. Bulldog in the hands of Manny, taking some heavy fire, though, in that Rocket side. 9 kills to go if you're Acend, and there's no room for error. You have no room for error, and as I say that, SoulSnipe with the double kill to win the game and go up 2-0 in this series. Pioneers with a big win just when we thought things were getting a little bit shaky for them. We saw the Overshield in the hands of Acend. We saw the Rockets in the hands of Acend. We saw the game come down to a 3-kill game, and then Pioneers just took off and didn't look back.
It was that last set of Overshield Rockets that made the difference, right? You got to, that push into bar as well. That's where you lost the game. You had Overshield, but Pioneers, what did they do? The buddy system up, 3 players in bar, and they win the fight against an Overshield player. The predictive grenade was everything to start the damage in their favor in that fight. And because Acend tried that push, failed. That could be where they spend their time in their heads, looking back on what could have been if they're not able to turn this series around. Now down 2-0 for their series for top 6 to make EU history once again. But it's a tall task as this Pioneers team looks like they're heating up better and better every game so far today.
Yeah, and that's why I'm such an advocate for winning a close series, being great for a team's morale, great for a team's momentum at a tournament. We saw Fnatic push Pioneers to a Game 5, and Pioneers won 50-49 by the skin of their teeth, and now coming into the series against Acend, just hitting on all cylinders, playing amazing Halo Infinite. Taking a look at the stats now, Druk, back-to-back big games out of Druk, 16 kills, only 12 deaths. Druk is putting on a show.
I do want to talk about how unorthodox that game 2 was for both these two teams. Typically known as two of the fastest teams we have here on the HCS scene, and that was slowed down. You could feel the moment. You could feel the tournament atmosphere start to slow down and weather themselves and turn it into a stalemate at times.
Yeah, that was just impressive all around from Pioneers. We talk about the consistency of the team. We talk about them needing to take the next step, and it all starts with Championship Sunday. This is where history is made. This is where dynasties are created. We heard and we talked about a little bit earlier, Sentinels knocking Cloud9 right into the lower bracket, and we've heard that Sentinels team name quite a few times here in Championship Sunday.
It's gonna be a long Sunday for everybody involved, and neither one of these two teams want their tournament run to be over after this series. Both teams not happy with the top 6 performances, I'm sure, but they want that top 6 performance nonetheless, and in order to do that, they have to shut the door on this series. For the Pioneers, they need to get back on main stage. There's too many fans in the building. This crowd is too hype. These guys, they have to make it back, but in order to get there, they got to figure out ways to not only close the door on this Acend series in a Game 3 potentially, but they got Cloud9, E-United, FaZe, all still in the elimination bracket to try and run through.
Winning this series 3-0 for me, Clutch, would mean so much for this Pioneer squad, and it would tell me so much about how they're coming out after a close win against Fnatic. Now, if they're able to 3-0 a very dominant team like Acend, that means they are on fire. We have the likes of an E-United, now Cloud9, Pioneers, some of these juggernauts in the lower elimination bracket, so it's a bloodbath down there, and we're gonna hop into game number 3, and if Acend has any chance to stay alive, obviously it's right now. This game 3 is what they call a swing game, and the biggest cliche, a reverse sweep starts with a game 3 win, but I don't know. I don't think that this Pioneers team is going to let their foot off the gas.
A reverse sweep starts with Shaady picking it up. He had a really tough performance there in game 2, and it was a really unorthodox played game by everyone involved, so it's difficult to find your footing, especially if you're typically known for a certain pace and like your play style benefits from a certain pace. We'll see if Shady's able to turn it around. It's going to be Aquarius, CTF is game 3, first to 5 caps. If we get there, 15 minutes are going to be on, actually 12 minutes on the clock. And as we take a look at the map layout, we have Druk's stats up here, a .68. Maybe not the best performances so far from this KCP team on this specific map mode combo. So this is exactly what Acend fans want to see. They want to see a weak game type for the Pioneers, a strong game type for Acend, and we'll see if this is going to be where Acend can get back into this series.
You have the camo, you have the bulldog, you have the dynamo grenades, and you have your teammates on the map. One of the most teamwork-oriented maps and game types here on the HCS circuit as we're hopping in to game number 3. Pioneers versus Acend. This is a win or go home game for Acend. Backs against the wall. This is it for Acend. Let's see what they can do as we're hopping into game number 3 here with Shaady from the side of Acend, heading on over towards these dynamo grenades. Spots the player, able to take him out. That's SoulSnipe, he goes down. Snipedrone gets one of his own, and so does Lqgend. So 3 down for Pioneers, able to stop the push though with a couple kills.
A much better start for Acend than games 1 and game 2 here in game 3. They get camo in the cans of Sica as well. So what can Sica do now with power weapon and power up control, as he looks to be aggressive front to base, finds himself a thrust as well. So this is a very strong power curve that he's just found himself with. Flanks a certain player. They're able to find 3, and now all of a sudden it's up to Taulek to defend this flag.
3 members fall for Pioneers. Sica with the camo, running the flag back base. I like this route. He's gonna play it safe. Takes some damage though, chooses to drop the flag and stay alive with the camouflage as Shaady trying to make his way over. Takes down SoulSnipe. SoulSnipe does get a kill though as Druk gets one as well. So 2 members fall for Acend, not able to do much with that flag.
Shaady still able to keep closet control for Acend. That's the step one, really getting a successful flag run going, is you got to control the enemy's closet. Unfortunately, he's heavily under pressure. The Pioneers know he's in there. They want him out, and they get him out. SoulSnipe finds that kill. But in the meantime, Lqgend has made his way over here to try and keep control of that for Acend. Unfortunately for them, 3 go down. 3 go down on both sides, however. And it's up to a 1v1 between Manny and Snipedrone on the map.
Manny trying to keep Snipedrone away from his team's closet and does so. Great job mitigating that push and eliminating them out of their base, out of their closet. Like you talked about, Clutch, that's such an important part of the map. If you're the other team, you want to get in your base, and if you're the defending team, you want to get him out of there. And we saw Pioneers do that. Now Manny starting to get some momentum as Druk is running the flag. This P side right now, this could be a great opportunity for Pioneers to go up on the score 1-0.
A little unorthodox flag run here as they're going to run it pink side. Can he get it into the stairs? Because when the flag gets to this point, it's so often capped. However, Shaady, he's managed to sneak into the base. He's managed to throw their flag out. So they're going to have to get this return. They're going to have to get the slaves before they're able to do so. And all of a sudden, 3-4 dead for Pioneers. Acend have an opportunity at a counter cap here and now.
Ice in the veins of Acend. That was a very important stop to get, and they do just that. Actually, the flag has not been returned just yet. It has, excuse me, but the flag is being run by Acend in the closet. Great plays out of Acend, cleans that player out, and now the flag should be able to get out of there as the flag currently still is down closet, and now finally we're seeing it run. Yeah,
finally the flag making its way across halfway. I love the idea of picking up these dynamo grenades on the way because you probably will have to slay one more time if you want to punch this one into Manny. He shuts the flag down before he can get in the closet, so maybe stalling to pick up those grenades actually extended the length of time it would have taken to get into the closet. Because of it, the flag never makes it into the closet, and now we're looking at another counter cap opportunity here in game 3, and SoulSnipe has this flag unscathed to his base.
Back and forth, neither team able to get the upper hand just yet, as once again we have Acend looking to stop this flag cap opportunity for Pioneers, but Druk is right there. The heat wave gets taken down by some great grenades, but there's players of Acend in the base of Pioneers, always keeping the aggression up. 4 dead for Acend as Pioneers first one to score in this game 3.
Finally, the slays come through for the Pioneers. They're able to take the lead here in game 3. And now with momentum in their favor, they look to push into the closet. Multiple players overextending here. And Pioneers losing their lives is everything Acend needs to gain control of the map. And let's see if Acend, now with control, can do anything with it.
2 members fall for Pioneers. Acend are really going to need to assert their dominance, really gonna need to move up on the map, but when you have Manny putting shots like that down, it's hard to do. Pioneers wants to move on, they want a clean sweep, and they're playing just like it.
Camo's up. Snipedrone trying to deny that from going into the Pioneers' hands. 2 go down for the Pioneers momentarily. Snipedrone, he's got control of top pink, but you know how bad he wants to help those players from his team push into the closet. Unfortunately, he loses his life. The dynamo grenade is too much damage for SoulSnipe. Does so much damage there. Finds 2, finds a melee onto a 3rd. And now 3 dead once again for Acend. Camo resecured by Pioneers, and Taulek with this camo can be so lethal.
Camo, commando, thrust. He is the definition of a power player on the map right now. Let's see what Taulek can do with this camo.
I actually like this play. He was going to push back into his base, but opts to overextend, finds himself the heat wave. You know that was intentional, and now with camouflage heat wave, I mean, this is as good as it gets for Pioneers fans. You got the weapons, the power in your main slayer's hands. He's putting them to work. Can't quite land the second shot of the heat wave onto that player before he melees, but don't worry, Druk's there to finish it off. 2 go down for Acend, and this could be a flag run if Druk's able to pick up one more here.
That heat wave is so deadly, but missing that 3rd shot, able to get the cleanup there onto Sica. Now thrust towards Snipedrone, says sit down, Druk. 1 kill is enough for you, gets the double kill right there on to Manny. Looking at that scoreboard, speaking of Manny, 14 kills for him. On the other side, Snipedrone has 15, so a couple of big performances on each side as the score reads 1-0. Still 6.5 minutes in this game. Snipedrone in the closet, gets a double
There we
assist
go.
right there. Sica able to pick up both cleanups, now finally moving into the base, trying to get a pull, but nothing just yet.
It's a 4v2. Can Acend get a flag pull is the big question. Nobody from the Pioneers here to deny the flag from making it into the closet. It looks like they've chosen to overextend. Now, will Acend be able to get the slays is the next question. Sica, he's got the flag into his closet, but look at this. He already knows multiple members of Pioneers are here. Doesn't predict the grenade to come from over top, and because of it, he loses his life. But Snipedrone finds one, gets the touch before the return comes in, and the Pioneers maybe got a little too greedy there as one player went towards the flag, and because of it now, Faisal, we're looking at a tied game.
Snipedrone making plays, and Acend is tying things up. One flag cap apiece. Legend on your screen moving forward after getting the cap, gets the kill, takes no damage, still has some thrust in his back pocket, using that one, trying to stay alive and win this battle against Manny. Big kill out of Lqgend. Shaady gets a kill as well. And now Acend is running a second flag.
Acend starting to gain some control, starting to gain momentum, starting to be able to dictate a little bit of the pace. And with this map control, how far can they push it? 1-1, it's all tied up. They got the flag on the move, but they momentarily stop running that fight. They need to find some slays. That's a big 4 shots out of Snipedrone to find the opening pick onto SoulSnipe, and look like that. Lqgend finds himself the other 2. Last player live spot in pink. We're going to be looking at an Acend lead here momentarily.
Acend playing so well right now. Perfect shots all around your screen as Acend takes the lead 2-1. They know their tournament life is at stake right now. They know one more loss in this series and they are packing their bags and going home. They want to bring home a top 6 finish at least and put on for their region as Shaady is on your screen taking damage, trying to stay alive and not able to get that kill. That thrust is so useful and we saw it right there.
Shaady, you need to pick up that one. Unfortunately, can't do so, and now all of a sudden, Pioneers back in the driver's seat of control of the map. They need to figure out a way to tie this game up. 4 minutes on the clock, and as kills go back and forth, you'll start to see that clock become a factor as it's starting to dwindle down. Not necessarily the pressure felt by the players yet, Faisal, but that gets to 3 minutes, that gets to 2 minutes. All of a sudden, your eyes start to trickle down to that clock instead of that reticle.
Camouflage has spawned on the map. I'm not sure who was able to pick it up on either side just yet. Taulek trying to do damage here. SoulSnipe gets a couple kills.
Nice,
Taulek with the nice outplay on Shaady. That's 3 members down for Acend, and Pioneers trying to get the second flag cap to tie things up, but goes down right there with the flag.
The choice to run it bottom middle is that one Taulek will regret. He got the flag pretty far with that life. Unfortunately, loses his life before his shields come back, and now it looks like Acend have done the job they needed to get a few slays. The flag, however, still on the move. Manny, selflessness is the name of the game. He's got that flag across the front of his base, and now Pioneers have an opportunity to still cap this one, but they need to figure out a way to continue getting touches and slays, and it looks like Acend is not going to let that happen.
Good. I like the decision making by SoulSnipe, staying alive in control, not just going to desperate the touch. Manny was able to get the touch, but that looks to be a dead cap, so no point in overextending. And Acend on the other side gets the run of their own, but Taulek does get that touch.
Hold the phone. Snipedrone trying to run this flag, just needs to focus on the return, and now all of a sudden Pioneers get a touch on a flag that Acend did not think was going to happen. Sica, he's got to win this 1v1, gets a little bit of assist from Lqgend, but the flag is still out, still on the move, and even if Sica gets this kill, he's going to have to do so much more to get this return now.
Pioneers clutching up when it matters most, able to get a touch on that flag and able to get the return on their side, but Lqgend has something to say about that. Going for the return, big play out of Lqgend and Sica right there. Teamwork is the name of the game, able to keep their lead intact and get the return.
3 players from Acend all on these shroom stairs, all of them go down, but the job gets done. They get the return, keeps the lead in this game for now. And look at the clock, Faisal, because all of the madness that's happened in the past 2 minutes transpired into 0 opportunity for an actual cap. It is still 2-1, and the clock's starting to dwindle down, starting to become the biggest factor that Pioneers need to focus on.
And typically the scoreboard tells a tale, and we're looking at the kills in favor of that Acend squad as Camouflage is up and Snipedrone is the last person you want to get it. If you're Pioneers down by one, Snipedrone picks up the camo. Good shot on Taulek to take him out quick and easy. Needs to stay alive here with the camo.
Lqgend and Snipedrone popping off for their team right now, 23 and 22, and I love this play by Snipedrone. Slow it down. If this camo is impactful, you'll take off so much time from that clock. You shouldn't be really focused on trying to get another flag on the board. Just maintain this 2-1 lead and find yourself back in this series.
Sica able to get that kill onto Druk. The flag does get tossed out in front of their base, so gotta be careful.
Wait a minute.
If you're Acend, as a couple members fall, the flag is still in front of the base, so Pioneers could have an opportunity right here.
That's a massive kill to stop Manny from moving that flag, allowing time for respawners to come up, impact the rest of this flag run. Taulek, SoulSnipe, they're in the enemy base, but they don't have shield, and that's going to be Taulek going down. Druk as well, and now SoulSnipe has so much responsibility to try and keep his team in this one.
Snipedrone and Shaady able to get the return, as Shaady and Snipedrone working together here. There's 3 players from the Pioneer side near the Dynamos, now spreading, going bottom middle, gonna flank around front of the base. So this is a big moment in the game for Pioneers. They need to get some kills on the board, but a couple go in favor of Acend. Snipedrone takes some damage and he goes down to Taulek, but Lqgend on the other side gets one. So 3 go down for Pioneers. Only 15 seconds left to go, and we will see one series score in favor of Acend as they're down 2-0 right now.
Down 2-0, but that will quickly change with a couple more kills. You got 7 seconds. Look at the Pioneers. They're pushing. Can they get there? 3, 2, 1. They can't get there. Too slow on the sprint. And that's going to do it. Acend right back in this. Still down 2-1 in the series, but they have a fighting chance. They look good in that game 3, and you could tell the shots started to heat up as well.
I'm so happy we're gonna have a series on our hand. I didn't expect Acend to go down 3-0 and end their tournament after such an amazing performance this weekend. There was no way they were going to get swept. They are here, they are the real deal, and they want to push this to a game number 5.
Yeah, and to get there, they're gonna have to do it in game 4, and that's less pressure on them now more than it was going into game 3. And with that much pressure to play as well as they did in game 3, maybe there's something there. You say every reverse sweep starts with the game 3 win. Well, we got the game 3 win. The next step is game 4.
Let's take a look at the stats. We say it all the time. The scoreboard never lies. Taking a look, Lqgend, that was your player that you called out at the beginning of the series, Clutch, dropping a big game when his team needed him most. 29 kills out of him. An outstanding performance in an elimination game.
In an elimination game back against the wall, Lqgend steps up for this team. But in order to make this reverse sweep an actuality, a reality, everyone's going to have to continue to play at the level they just did. And it was really every time we went to the members of Acend in that game 3, they were hitting their shots, they were stepping up, they were getting the kills that they needed to, specifically in the biggest moments.
Shaady was really involved that game. Over 7,000 damage and taking the most damage as well. So you know he was involved in just getting in all the fights, making his presence known on the map. And that's what you expect out of Shaady and Lqgend. They're just such solid, aggressive, strong players. And we saw that again in an elimination game. Some people crumble under pressure and others thrive.
Pressure makes diamonds or it bursts pipes, and it looks like we're going to continue to find out what the pressure will do to both these two teams, because all of a sudden, Pioneers, when you were up 2-0, not a lot of pressure on you to close this series out, but as that game ensued in game 3, all of a sudden you start to question yourselves. They start to heat up. You start to lose gunfights that you didn't lose in game 1 and game 2. Can you put this series to bed? Can you shut the door on the Europeans here on Recharge Oddball? We're going to find out as we hop into this game 4 very, very soon. But if we can take a step back and talk about the importance of what happens in Recharge Oddball, what you're primarily focused on throughout the map mode. It's a long game. It's the longest game we probably have in Infinite. Typically 20, 25 minutes long. And we're going to find out how hot, how much gas in the tank both these two teams have quickly.
Yeah, I want to see some shock rifle plays. I know both sides, Pioneers and Acend, have some heavy hitters on the team, and I know they're going to be prioritizing weapon control. They're going to be prioritizing map positioning. They're going to be prioritizing that power-up control, and once again, an elimination game on the horizon for Acend. Will they be able to push it to a Game 5? Let's find out together. We have the Pioneers hometown crowd hoping this one does not go to a Game 5 as they want to see their team advance in this elimination bracket clutch. We're going to load in to game number 4. Oddball on Recharge.
Lqgend, a 0.92. He needs to step it up here and now. This could be the last game he plays on American soil here in Kansas City. If he doesn't pick it up, that 0.92, it speaks volumes to Acend's performances earlier this week, but none of it matters. It's here and now that plays will determine their fate.
We talk about the opening starts being so important in any map and game type in Halo Infinite. Hopping on board with Lqgend to start things off. Top red right here, top glass, trying to get eye spot in middle, gets a kill on Manny. That camo is still down there. The ball is still in batteries, and essentially it's just a fight for control, but SoulSnipe has picked up the camo.
An early start for Pioneers bodes well for them so far. Games 1 and 2, they had great starts to kick off the games, and because of it, they were able to get significant leads early on. We'll see if that's the same story here in Game 4, because Acend had such a strong start in Game 3, and we saw how that played out in their favor.
Double kill from Manny. Now Taulek finds one as well. Like you said, Clutch, a great start for Pioneers. This is what you want to see, but Lqgend able to take down Manny with the ball and pipe, so there's a little bit of turmoil in this setup. It's not all fine and dandy as Acend able to break and put some pressure on Pioneers.
Here we go. Taulek has broken the setup of Acend, and now he's made his way to the ball. Able to collect a few more points, but he's got multiple players around him. He's forced to put that in a neutral position as he needs to figure out a way to slay, and that's what Taulek does best. Finds the kill. You have to think he gets that a little bit cleaner. And because he takes a little bit of time to finish that one shot off, he's susceptible to damage from behind, and just like that, 4 dead for Pioneers. Acend now with man advantage and an opportunity to potentially get an early lead if they can get that ball in a safe position.
4 down for Pioneers. It looks like they're getting that long haul spawn. So once again, it's going to be a battle for control before either team can get the oddball. 2 members fall for each side. Make that 3 for Acend. Only 1 player left, and that Snipedrone trying to keep Pioneers off the oddball. Fortunately for Acend, no one in position for Pioneers. But as I say that, the ball does get picked up on the bat ledge. Manny able to get the kill on Snipedrone, and now we have another setup on our hands as Pioneers is in a great position to extend this lead.
This is really bad for Acend fans. You have to figure out a way to get into pipes, and Manny, the bouncer of the door here in pipes, is not letting anybody in the club tonight. Although now Snipedrone slides in, gets that kill, and although Manny did so much damage to deny the first 2 players, Snipedrone, he doesn't give a he does not care about the bouncer. He's gonna find his way in, break the setup, and now Sica, he's got ball, he's forced to play it, finds the kill on the SoulSnipe, and this is such a good job by Acend to understand how much pressure they need to release off the map.
Good trade there by Druk. 31-4 is the score currently. 2-1 series lead in favor of Pioneers. If they win this game, they will send Acend home packing. Big game on our hands right now as SoulSnipe able to rotate the ball back towards Sword. Manny once again, the bouncer at the door, not going to let anyone in without a fight. But
Maybe not the best bouncer.
Shaady makes his way, bottom control, gets the melee, gets the kill, and Pioneers forced to have to recollect themselves.
The setup's broken, but a significant lead was gained by the Pioneers. 46-4 here, up 42, and beautiful shots from Sica here. But they're gonna need more than beautiful shots in order to come back into this one. They found themselves susceptible to another early deficit here in Game 4, and if this series plays out anything like it did in Games 1 and 2, Acend need to figure out a way to create some momentum for themselves, to get some control, to have a setup. We haven't seen them have any opportunity at that, but this could be the exact moment I'm talking about. Shaady finds the ball, his way into pipes, keeps his shield, stays alive, and maybe this is it for the boys in blue.
You got to be careful if you're Acend. You don't want to just on a silver platter hand the setup over to Pioneers, as a couple members do go down though for Pioneers. So looking good if you're an Acend fan. Lqgend though in some trouble, and Turbine able to get a trade. 3 members fall for Pioneers. Manny is the last one alive. Snipedrone with that grapple, the ball over to himself, And once again, we're seeing a little bit of success out of the side of Acend, and hopefully for them, they can hold this setup, but taking heavy fire across the map.
Yeah, the ball gets rotated all the way to Elevator, and that was a phenomenal rotate. But SoulSnipe, he finds 2 in the kill feed. Taulek finds a 3rd, and that's all 4 dead. So even though Acend looked like they did a great job to rotate that ball, the setup in Elevator, it collapsed immediately. And Pioneers now with that Elevator setup. Taulek with shock rifle in hand, what can he do?
Ball in the hands of Pioneers. Druk in a very important position right now. He's such an important player on the map, making sure the cross from control is not easy, but a slip up right there as this player able to cross over top Elevator, and the collapse coming out of Acend. 2 members make that 3 for Pioneers go down. Manny's the last one, doing a lot of damage, doing some good stuff, but not able to do much there as he was outnumbered, and now that setup gets handed over to Acend.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if there's the no play ball affects this game too much. It's a significant lead still for Pioneers, but you want to make sure you're on your P's and Q's, and you want to get that ball out to the middle of the map. They opted to play that ball, and it'll be very interesting to see how long Acend can hold this setup. But as I say that, 2 go down for Acend, and it looks like Pioneers have got Elevator control. They have ball control as well, so it's not going to hurt them for now, and they have done a phenomenal job once again to break the Acend setup immediately.
Remember, for those watching at home, this is an oddball, so there are rounds that we're going to have to win. So this will just be one of potentially 3 rounds in this game. A couple members for both sides go down. Lqgend trying to strong side his way out of there and able to stay alive as the ball's down top. Elevator, though, gets backpacked by SoulSnipe, looking for the double on Sica. Sica trying to stay alive. SoulSnipe with the double kill. Says, no way, not today. Druk on the other side picks up the 3rd. The 4th member is left alone top control, and that's a perfect turn of events, a series of events for Pioneers. 4 down for Acend.
Camo is up, but this round is almost over. Acend, you have to go, and Druk cuts off the 1st. Can he cut off the 2nd? Manny's gonna do it, and the teamwork for Pioneers. 5 seconds left. They're gonna take round 1 and push Ascend's back completely against the wall. The Pioneers are now 1 round away from advancing.
Not just one game, Clutch. They are 1 round, like you said, 1 round away. And we're hopping on board with Taulek right now, throwing some grenades in that turbine. We're going to see who can get that camouflage bottom middle. SoulSnipe throwing some grenades and pipes. Druk gets the 1st kill. The crowd is involved. Pioneers looking to close this one out, but Acend shuts it down with that 3 kills on the board.
All right, so we've said throughout this series, it's been about the strong starts. Round 2, much different than round 1. Acend winning the battle for camo, winning the early slays. We'll see how that transitions into the score already with ball in hand, with a pipe setup of their own. But look how quickly the Pioneers regain off respawn, and they look to be aggressive. They find the 1st kill on the Lqgend, and they do not let Acend get set up for long.
A much different start, though, Clutch, than that round 1. We're seeing success out of the side of Acend and the initial points on the board on the side of Acend. So things are turning out a little bit differently, and if you're an Acend fan, you should feel good about that. But as I say that, the batteries push, and Pioneers able to hop on over into the pipes, and this could be an opportunity for them to get plenty of points on the board and try to close things out.
Yeah, they're going to tie this one up at the very least with this setup. Acend not nearly as quick to break setup so far throughout this game 4. And just like that, Taulek finding a kill on the Sica. 3 down for Acend. The last player alive with his pants down bottom Elevator. Gets a nice melee, but Druk, he finishes that one off. All 4 dead, coming off respawn now. And Lqgend, his death is staggered. They're going to have to wait. They're going to have to figure out a way to break this setup 3v4, and Manny's not going to let that happen. You know how well he's playing today. And all of a sudden, the Pioneers starting to build a significant lead here in round 2.
Pioneers is so good at holding their setup, at pushing their advantages, and at mitigating the storm. But Manny right there,
no shield.
Big play out of Manny. Throws the ball out and plays, so a bit of a neutral position, but as I say that, Shaady and Acend able to get the ball.
But he's not able to collect time. Look, those were 6 crucial seconds missed. You're down 20, you're down a game in the series, you're down a round here in game 4. You gotta figure out a way to play a little bit more scrappy if you're Acend, and because those crucial points aren't being collected, yes, Acend have a setup right now, but they haven't held a setup. What makes you think this one's gonna be the one that they hold?
43 to 43, all tied up in round number 2 of this oddball matchup. Winner go home for both teams, but if you're Pioneers, you got a little bit of cushion to work with. SoulSnipe gets a trade on control. We got Druk with the shock rifle moving towards the elevator, spots the player, bottom elevator. That's a one-shot. He picks it up. Sica on the other side gets one. Barely missing that no scope. Needs to stay alive here with the shock rifle, Clutch.
He wisely backs down, gets his shield back, and he almost gets his shield back. Gets continued to stay weak. There's pressure from top catwalk. Does he expect this player to be here? That player actually dropping bottom middle close to that ball. That's an easy kill for Druk. He takes his time. He's rewarded for being patient, and because of it, they now momentarily jumped up to a numbers advantage. But Acend, they answer back with 2. And Druk has a lot of responsibility to just keep the ball out of Ascend's hands, but just like that, they take the shock rifle out of Druk's.
Only one member down, that's Druk. Everyone else on the map is alive, trying to do some damage, trying to get some kills. Sica with the kill, Lqgend with one as well. Acend able to open up the map for themselves a little bit. Manny trying to look at the ball, doesn't spot the player in front of him. That's Lqgend with the reversal. A big win there for Manny. Lqgend does get the trade. Things are still very close here in this round 2.
Neck and neck, as close as it gets as we enter under 2 or 3 minutes. Ball being rotated towards top glass. SoulSnipe on the prowl here, trying to get there as quickly as possible, trying to deny these rotations. This is how Acend has racked up the ball time so far here in round 2. They have been rotating the ball so efficiently. They have kept it away from the Pioneers' push, and because of it, they now are starting to gain a significant lead of their own.
A beautiful rotation there out of Acend, able to get some vital points. They're going to need every single second at the end of the game. Good stick there for Taulek, though. 3 members fall for Pioneers, 2 down for Acend. This should be an opportunity for Acend to get some time on the board and potentially get this backsword set up with the ball. The camo is in the hands of Manny, though.
Yeah, hot on the prowl is Acend there. They saw him, they just couldn't finish him out. And now Manny, that he has his shield back, that he's repositioned. Can he make a play with this camo? You know how influential this game has been. Lqgend jumps off the map prematurely, I'd say, with the ball. And because of it, that's going to be 3 dead for Acend. And SoulSnipe, he's right there to pick up the play ball. Almost a bit of a blunder with how quickly Lqgend decided to play that ball.
And he didn't just play the ball, he played himself off the map, right? So Lqgend definitely could have just played the ball and done some more damage, maybe tried to trade with the camo player, but instead he just puts himself out of the picture, and Pioneers looking to tie things up any second, looking to advance in this tournament. The whiff of the sword, but no problem as SoulSnipe is there to pick it up, and he's not going to whiff that one as Druk takes down Sica with a nice slice.
3 dead for Acend. Lqgend. You got to defend the ball. You got to stop the pressure from Pioneers, and it's easier said than done because you know that they're starting to swarm you. Your location is revealed. You're no shield. You get 1. You get 2. Lqgend! Don't do it to him. What a shot to stay in this to keep control for his team.
Lqgend. Big time players make big time plays. Clutch 71 to 66. Keep your eyes on this timer as well, as we only have 1 minute and 45 seconds left in this round. If you're Acend, you have no other choice. You need to win this round to stay alive.
Snipedrone, heavy under pressure elevator side of the map. SoulSnipe, he creates a numbers advantage for his team. It's up to Snipedrone to make the difference here, and unfortunately just too much pressure. The Goon Squad shows up in elevators and they take him down. 3 dead for Acend. And Pioneers fans, let me hear it, because your team is seconds away from going to another elimination bracket semifinals.
The KCP Chants are out here in Kansas City for their hometown team. Pioneers looking to close things out here as they've taken the lead 20 seconds away from sending Acend home. Snipedrone with the big double. Lqgend as well. 3 members fall for Pioneers. This is it. These are the final moments of this round. 1 minute left to go.
You can't sit here. You gotta move. You gotta move. You can't sit there with the ball. You gotta get it into a safe position. That is too exposed of an area to try and rack up these last significant time. Yes, he gets into pipes safely. They lose Lqgend, however, and once again, Acend not able to hold this pipe setup. There's too Too much pressure, too many players, and just not enough damage to finish him off. But Acend stays strong towards that shock rifle spawn. It's up to Manny to try and make a difference here. He's knocked to no shield, and Lqgend picking up maybe the biggest kill of the series.
The ball gets handed to Acend. Lqgend just picks it up. 5 seconds left to go, and Acend will push this to a round 3, but no! He goes down! The ball is down. Batteries, Manny and Taulek right here in Turbine takes down Shaady. This is still anyone's game as Manny able to pick up the ball and move towards Elevator. Will Pioneers make the miraculous comeback? Can Pioneers end things right now?
They get one push, they get one push! That's all Acend has left in there in their North American tour. Can they make the push count? They do it! They get the kills! They push this to a round 3!
Wow.
Here in game 4! And Acend are not done yet!
Acend is as stubborn as it gets. They are not going to lose that easy. Down 2-0, they win game 3. Down 1-0, and they win round 2. This is huge for Acend, and their tournament life is on the line.
Pay attention to the start. It's benefited both teams every single round, every single game. The winners of the start of the match have won the match. So we'll see if that's how this is going to play out. A massive kill for Lqgend to dictate the pace early on for Acend. Gets a player to no shield. Shady's got your back, brother. They got numbers in their advantage. No ball time yet, but the control of pipes is the first step.
Ninja. Snipedrone Ninja. Manny, you hate to see it as the kill feed will let you know that in Halo Infinite. I love this game. SoulSnipe in Turbine with the trade. This is looking good for both sides right now. Neither side has control as Druk able to drop batteries and pick up some ball time, but I'd imagine he goes down really quickly, just able to milk a little bit of time right there.
Manny, you got to figure out a way to get this player removed from the map below you. He's able to apply so much pressure, so much information. He's able to give his team, and look at that. Snipedrone, they find a kill. 3 players make their way into pipes from Acend and Taulek. And the boys from Pioneers, they're trying to deny the ball from going anywhere, and that's a massive test to ask these guys with the poor position of long haul that they have. But Taulek, he beats him down. He creates the opening himself. And look at this. Taulek on a killing spree says, absolutely not. These are my pipes.
Taulek putting on a show for the hometown crowd. Shock rifle in his hands. And if you're Acend, you got to be careful. Do not let Taulek catch fire. Missing a couple shots right there. And now getting pushed at the elevator, trying to stay alive. But there's going to be a lot of pressure.
This is the craziest round 3. So much damage, so many kills swinging back and forth, but no ball time really awarded to either team as of yet. Acend finally, with maybe some comfortability into pipes, racking up the first to 12 points here, only up 8. And the pressure, it's not done yet from Pioneers, but it looks like Acend have dealt with the first push of this setup for now, and look at the lead that they're going to be able to build.
And I like what I'm seeing out of Snipedrone, being a little bit aggressive and catching players off guard right there. That was just a free, like, Taulek didn't expect him to be right there because the setup is all the way back pipes. So good play out of Snipedrone. Now gets another on SoulSnipe, gets a double kill on Druk. Snipedrone is on fire.
40 points and counting. Acend want to push this to a game 5. With a round 3 win, they'll do just that. What was looking like the end of Ascend's journey could be a story written for the history books if they can push this to a game 5. The setup, though, it's starting to falter. Pioneers breaking it once again, and now we'll see if Pioneers can get a setup of their own with 3 dead of Acend.
Big play out of Druk right there. Time and time again, Clutch, we've said it, Druk has been so pivotal, so big in this series, putting on some absolute legendary performances. Manny on your screen now, good shots, perfect to take down Shaady. Ball currently in the hands of Pioneers. Nice cluster luck for SoulSnipe. Lqgend gets a double as well, so 2 members on each side go down. That ball is in a very dangerous position, top glass. Manny trying to make his way towards long haul, trying to put the ball in a played position before he goes down.
That's a good job by Manny. He was about to rotate that ball straight into the respawners of Acend, and because he opted to change direction, he benefited his team significantly. They picked up the ball, and now Taulek with C-Plat and sword control can do so much damage if he can find the right timings. But is he going to expect players coming from below? The answer is yes. He gets the fake melee, but the second one stays true. Thank God. He gets that kill onto Sica, but somehow the ball doesn't get played, and Snipedrone He racks up a couple seconds, he becomes a nuisance and breaks the setup of the Pioneers by himself.
This is looking really good though, Clutch, for Acend. They're up by double the score of Pioneers. Only 2.5 minutes left to go in this round number 3, in this game number 4. Will Acend be able to push this to a game number 5? Shaady doing everything in his power to make that happen, but a couple players fall for both sides. Druk with the camo and sword. Let's see what he can do.
My European friends, this is not what you want to see. Druk with camo sword, the opportunity to take over in round 3 in his hands. Can he find the kills? 3 of his teammates are dead, and now all of a sudden Pioneers have all of the hope and dream on Druk's potential to stop this ball from going anywhere. Druk trying to position himself to deny this ball. And nobody on Acend, even though they got 3 kills, went for the ball. Will it benefit them? No. Druk with the perfect fight, the double kill.
Druk!
The triple kill. Druk opens up the map. He was the last guy alive. And as his teammates came off respawn, he perfectly flanked.
Druk, oh my god, I cannot stress how amazing Druk played his life right there. Last guy alive, patient on that Needler in Turbine, patiently making his way up towards batteries, and what a triple kill. Big plays out of Druk, but 3 members fall for Pioneers. Only a 12-kill lead now for a 12-point lead for Acend, but the setup is in their favor.
As great of a play as it was from Druk, Acend came right off respawn, broke the setup with the 3v3 push to long haul. They dominated the 3v3 push, and Acend now in control of the map. But Druk under heavy pressure. Shaady swings momentum back in his team's favor. The sword, it gets traded out. And now SoulSnipe, he's the last guy alive with the ball near him. He needs to figure out a way to defend this.
Oh, unfortunate for Pioneer. SoulSnipe's not in a position to play the ball, and he also chose not to play the shock rifle. You may have thought he would have played that, but no. But the ball does get played. No, it doesn't. The sword is there. That's Taulek. Takes down the ball player, looking for the double. Big plays out of Taulek. The ball did get played though, Clutch, and now it's back down batteries. We see SoulSnipe rotating towards red stairs, and now is the time. 58 seconds left in this game, down by 20 seconds. Will Pioneers be able to shut things down, or will Acend send this to a game 5?
3v3, kills get traded out either way. Taulek creates the space, but Sica answers back immediately. SoulSnipe and his friend Manny, they're stuck top glass. They get rocked by a grenade, and now Manny knows he has to put this ball by the middle. Can he cost his life to do so? He does just that, but now Acend will have significant numbers and be able to secure this ball. Where do Acend choose to go is the big question. They want to bring it to blue, but they don't have blue control yet.
Taulek putting down shots on bat ledge. Sica on your screen, not able to do much there as he goes down. Ball in the hands of Pioneers. This could be an opportunity, but they are bottom middle, so I'd imagine it's just an attempt to milk. And the back smack by Lqgend takes a lot of damage. Will he stay alive? Yes, no. Did he stay alive? Yes, he did. That was a big live over there by Lqgend. Now Shaady on your screen with a big double kill. 30 seconds left to go. It's a 5-second game.
And the ball in blue. Lqgend's going to be able to pick this one up. Pressure from controls dealt with by Snipedrone, and they need to figure out a way to get some scrap time here. Still
this is it.
5 seconds. Separate these two. 18 seconds on the clock. And Lqgend, he plays the ball. He plays the ball. He goes down. Is anybody from Pioneers there to get the play ball? SoulSnipe has been there all game, but it's Manny that's there. Snipedrone finds a double in the kill feed, and now SoulSnipe patiently trying to make sure he can make the perfect play.
This is it.
But they're not going to let it happen. We're going to a game 5. Acend do it.
Oh my God. Acend has ice in their veins. When they were down 2-0, they win the game 3. They were down 1-0 in that oddball, and they win round 2, win a close round 3, and now we are going to a game 5. What are the 2 best words in esports, Clutch?
Game 5.
Game 5, ladies and gentlemen, and we have one on our hands right now. Win or go home for both teams. Elimination game. This is it. Do or die.
Now you talk about the game 5 and what that brings, the pressure that these players now feel, but Pioneers having a 2-0 lead in this series are going to feel that pressure so much more, Faisal. They have lost all the momentum that they built themselves earlier in this series. 3 and 4 go to Acend. They are riding on Cloud9 right now, and they want to face Cloud9 later in the elimination bracket, and they are 50 kills away from advancing in this series now. What once looked like an early flight home for them on Sunday may look like a long road to break history books for the EU scene here. So much pressure, so many fans paying attention to this series because Pioneers were in their hometown. EU, this is your best team you've ever had. I'll say it. What will the result be? It's up to a Slayer to decide.
Looking at the scoreboard, Druk with another big game. He's gonna need another one in game 5 if he wants to stop his team from getting reverse swept in front of their hometown crowd. You can't let that happen if you're Pioneers. The pressure is on right now. Let's look at the damage. Wow, this was a high firing game. 11,000 for Druk. 11,000 for a few members on that scoreboard, and just overall big performances in this game number 4. And Acend really has shown me something here, Clutch. They've shown me that they have some ice in their veins, but will they have enough to close out the reverse sweep? Will they have enough to send Pioneers home packing?
We're going to figure it out here on Street Slayer for game 5. First to 50 kills, and I can't express how important the start of this match is going to be. Both of these two teams benefit so well from gaining momentum, gaining rhythm, gaining control early on, and then expressing the pressure from that point. I have to ask you, Faisal, when we go into game 5, Street Slayer, a very fast-paced game, do you see the pressure being too much? Do you see the pressure forcing these teams to change their play style similar to Bazaar, that slowed down to a cricket's pace? Or do you think this is a team that gets out to an early lead and does not look back?
I think it's natural for both teams to kind of just play not scared, but safe, right? We saw it in game 2, but now this is a game 5. Looking at the stats here for Slayer for both sides. And Clutch, to your question, it's going to come down to that initial start. We saw it in game number 4, right? We talked about it. Whatever team had a good start, there was a correlation there to having a good finish as well and being the victors in the round or in the game. So same thing applies here in game number 5. The snowball effect is a real thing. You want to start off strong. You don't want to go down 3 or 4 kills without trading any. You want to make sure the rockets are in front of you. You want to make sure your team has control of the power weapons, and this is going to be a bloodbath.
5-1 is a damn good record for Acend to have on a map mode combo, especially when you are coming off a 0-2 deficit. This is a magnificent opportunity for Acend as they have dominated the Slayer so far this tournament. We'll see if that trend continues, but the Pioneers, they got to figure out a way to do it one more time if they want to stay in this one.
Yeah, and I wonder what the comms are like right now for Pioneers. I wonder what the comms are like right now for Acend. You know, what are you telling each other? You were up 2-0. You're so close to advancing, but Acend, like a thorn in your side, they're not going away. They want to do the reverse sweep. They want to do the unthinkable right here. I don't know if we've seen a reverse sweep so far on the mainstream or in the broadcast, and this would be such a big time to do it.
This is the only time to do it if you're Acend. You have been waiting months to redeem yourself from the poor placing and the poor performance that you felt you put on in Raleigh earlier this year. And what a statement this would be from Acend. They have heard so much slack from everyone saying that your dynasty in Europe is only in Europe. You do not stand a chance against North America's best. Well, let me tell you, this Pioneers team, they are a top 6 team in North America. And for Acend to push them to the limits and to potentially create the subset would be the biggest win in EU history.
Yeah, a lot to play for on both sides here as we're going to get into a game number 5 Slayer on Streets. I'm so excited right now. My hands are pretty much shaking because I know what those players are feeling up there, and we're just waiting for these players to get the lobby situated. So we're just going to talk about what the stakes are right now and what some of the keys to success are in a Slayer Streets Clutch. We talked about the opening start being so important. What else are something you have to look out for if you're trying to win a game 5 on Slayer Streets?
Well, we got an opportunity to watch Sentinels versus Cloud9 earlier today on Street Slayer. And Frosty took over the game with the Bulldog Shotgun. So that Bulldog Shotgun, with how much ammo comes in it, with how quickly it respawns, it can have such a heavy impact.
Here we go.
In the close quarter situations on this map. Look for that Bulldog Shotgun to create openings and opportunity with the damage that it can deal very quickly.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Game number 5, Pioneers taking on Acend. Win or go home.
I want to kick this one off with Lqgend, if we can switch over to him to see what he's able to do. He's had such a great series ahead of him, and I have no doubt that, like you said, big-time players make the big-time plays in big games. Well, that's what Lqgend is for this Acend roster, but unfortunately, he's forced back, and it looks like the Pioneers have created the space they need to get Rockets off the start. And now all of a sudden, a 4-1 lead is exactly what the KCP fans here wanted to see, because this lead could start to snowball quickly.
Great start for Pioneers. Sica not able to get that one-shot kill in the tires as that player weasels his way B stairs and gets out of there. Lqgend, though, gets another one on Taulek. 4-2. Not sure who has the rockets in their back pocket. That Sentinel Beam does a lot of damage. Not able to get the kill, though, as Lqgend takes him down. So just like that, a 2-kill game. Neither side has too much control right now.
What a trade by SoulSnipe there for the double to clean up those kills. Already 4-0-1. SoulSnipe kicking it off. You wonder how impactful he'll be as a potential main slayer for this Pioneer squad. It's usually him and Taulek that have the big games, but everybody needs to have moments here in Game 5 to push their team over the hump to get the job done. What was once a 2-0 lead for these gentlemen is now tied 2-2, and 50 kills trying to separate these two as the push for Arcade seems to be the focus now for Pioneers.
And we talked about this, Clutch. Things have slowed down, right? You have Pioneers has control on one side of the map, and you have Acend completely on the other side. Neither team looking to be the first death. Neither team wanting to open the floodgates right now, as we're seeing Acend trying to get more and more real estate on the map, pushing through tires. That player B stairs is a little bit clueless there. Lqgend gets shotgunned and taken out of the equation as Druk now has a stock rifle, all of his teammates next to him in tires, and this is going to be a great push opportunity for Pioneers.
They get numbers, they get the first kill, and you know what the rest of the story is? The Pioneers are going to push. Unfortunately, they don't make slight work, but Druk with the disruptor finishes off Sica. Stays alive, and Rockets, they just came up, and I believe once again they'll be in the hands of Taulek and the Pioneer fans.
This is big right now for Pioneers. The Rockets, Taulek with them nice prediction grenades, gets a free kill on Shaady. Now 6-kill lead, looking to press the advantage. Taulek jumps into balcony, trying to stay alive, gets taken down. That's 2 members for Pioneers. And SoulSnipe, once again, the Sentinel Beam does a lot of damage, but sometimes it's hard to clean up the kill as he goes down B stairs.
Still, that Bulldog shotgun picking up kills left and right for KCP so far in this game. You see SoulSnipe still with 6 kills, leading the lobby right now. Manny in a 1v1 with Shaady, can't quite win it, and that's a big one from Shaady. Can he stay alive? I guess it was Lqgend. As Lqgend goes down, Snipedrone goes down as well. Shady's starting to lose all the real estate on the map, and on a map like Streets, real estate is crucial to having success. Unfortunately, stuck over by this Bulldog is not where you want to be. Can you create some space? Pioneers are going to say no.
Taulek with a big double kill right there, cleaning out the cafe. Snipedrone with one on Druk, and now this is a big fight here. Dice assist there as SoulSnipe able to clean up the kill. A couple members from both teams go down, a 6-kill lead, and Pioneers has done a fantastic job holding the lead so far this game. It seems like it's been at least a 4 to 6 kill advantage for them all game.
The strong start has benefited them. They haven't looked back since. They've been in control of the pace the entire time, and it's so easy to continue that control when you have the Stalker, when you have the Bulldog, and they're both in Taulek's hands right now. The next set of Rockets comes up in 15 seconds, and Pioneers, they've gotten the first 2 in their favor. They've been able to extend their lead each time those Rockets have come up. So look for Taulek to position himself to defend this next set.
Acend able to take down Druk in the arcade and open up that side of the map, forcing Taulek and the rest of Pioneers to rotate over towards this P Street. Stalker rifle still in the hands of Taulek. Rocket launchers are up, dropping that Stalker rifle for the Rockets. This is a big opportunity for Taulek and the boys of Pioneers to extend their lead, but the Rockets go down, and it's only a 4-kill game now.
Who's going to get those Rockets is the question I need to pay attention to. SoulSnipe finds one. Multiple players from Acend, though, were making their way towards those down Rockets. Lqgend, he's able to finish off SoulSnipe. Where are these Rockets, though? I believe they should be in the hands of Acend. I believe Sica, if we can hop on board with Sica, he is in tires with Rockets. Thank you. Down 4 kills. You can bring this game right back into your team's favor with this set.
Oh boy, here we go. 25 to 21. Rockets in the hands of Sica. This should be 2 kills at least for Acend. They should be able to close the gap even more. A fantastic job rotating and getting control of the high side of the map back. A fantastic job getting these Rockets.
If used correctly, you can create the opening that will allow the rest of the team to take the numbers advantage and to push the lead into your favor. It's not just the 2 kills that the Rockets will get, it is the kills that will come after with the real estate that you gain, with the map control that you gain, the pressure that you're allowed. But look at this, Faisal, once again, a Slayer getting to a snail's pace. They slow the game down the moment. The players recognize the moment. Ooh. The pressure, it's all on Acend. What will they do? The first Rockets, they come through with an assist, and that's the numbers advantage they need to make a push.
Not ideal for Sica, but this is a good situation for Acend. Snipedrone gets one as well. Sica's got to be careful. Don't get double teamed right here, and that's exactly what happens. Sica goes down, a little bit too much dip on his chip as he gets taken out.
Oh my God, Taulek, you madman, going out front base, winning the 1v1 and relieving some of the pressure. The fans, they're back in this. The Rockets, they're back up. And Taulek trying to make his way towards those Rockets, finds himself in a 1v3. And now all of a sudden, the rest of KCP need to get down there. Manny says, I'm here, but it's too late. He's forced to trade. SoulSnipe, he can't find the Rockets. He finds a commando rifle instead. And now Druk opens up the map for these Rockets now to go into SoulSnipe's hands, and let's see what he does.
Oh, almost taking out his own teammate, but somehow able to not take him down. Nice kills out of SoulSnipe, but 3 members fall for Pioneers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 3-kill game. And this is it, Clutch, this is it, game 5. All the chips on the table.
It's gonna slow down. Look at this, the players, once again, not willing to take the risk, not willing to stay true to their play style. They slow it down. Both of these teams known for the pressure that they put on. But the pressure of the moment may be, oh my God, too big.
Sica.
Maybe just what the doctor ordered for Shaady. He finds a double in the stalemate. Shaady finds a double. It's a 1-kill game.
Big play out of Shaady right there. That stalker rifle in the balcony gets back down. 1 member for each side goes down. 35-33. Make that 36 as Druk gets one as well. KCP, the chants are out in the audience right now, and Pioneers is going to need it.
SoulSnipe, can he stay alive? Can he trade it out? He does. He was no shield. He has no business getting that kill. And because he trades that one out, it's a 1-kill game still in Pioneer's favor, but Taulek under so much pressure. The game's about to be tied, but Taulek says absolutely not. Stands his ground top tower at 14 seconds for Rockets, and Taulek has done the unthinkable to stay alive.
A nice 4-kill cushion, make that 5 as Manny gets one. SoulSnipe here in the arcade throwing nades at driveway. I believe that nade must have connected as that player does run away. Thankfully, no hit markers on grenades, and that combat evolved medal not successful as Rockets are still on spawn. 4-kill game, 9 kills, make that 8 left to go, and Pioneers will be going on in this tournament.
SoulSnipe with rocket control. Can he find the arcade player? Knocks him to no shields, but hesitant to push. Manny loses his life. 3 kills separate the 2, and Druk over and Tram. That's all the information Pioneers need. They know all 4 players for Acend have to be red room and arcade side of the map right now. How do they want to play this?
Here we go.
Look at this.
All members of Pioneers.
They're clearing corners.
Making sure they're working together, making sure they're moving together. And there is one player on Pioneers over there on that cafe pink side, making sure no one flanks around and does something sneaky, and that's Taulek. Everyone else on Pioneers is over here towards Tires, over here towards PD, and they understand that the clock is in their favor. There's still 3 minutes left to go, so quite a bit of time, and you do have a 3-kill lead.
How far will these blue dots trickle up towards the shotgun? Does it look like Acend want to push that? They're in a 2-2 split right now. This could be very dangerous for them if they get caught out. On the opposite side of the map from each other, it'll be a 4v2 and then another 4v2 because Pioneers will not let you respawn as quickly. Continuing to keep the game at a stalemate will benefit Pioneers because they have the real estate to play around and no power up to worry about here on Street Slayer. So this stalemate benefits the Pioneers. They do not have to move a single step.
Could not agree more, Clutch. A very favorite position right now for Pioneers. You have Rockets,
watch this.
You have Control, and here we go. Acend moving up on the map. A player has made his way all the way into the deep part of arcade, and I'm not sure if SoulSnipe knows he's around that corner. I don't believe he knows.
Next set of Rockets comes up in 5 seconds.
This is it. SoulSnipe.
Look at this.
Playing very careful right here. Spots the player. Arcade Gets the hit marker, but can't get the kill. This is it, the battle for Rockets. Lqgend takes down SoulSnipe. Shaady able to move up, and this player Arcade caught. Lacking, Lqgend gets one, Sica gets the other. 43 apiece, we're all tied up as both rockets have been used. Clutch, the rockets are out of the equation, but we have 1 minute and 35 seconds left, and this game is all tied up in a game 5.
And all of a sudden, Acend flipped the map on Pioneers. Pioneers should be stuck, but SoulSnipe somehow gets a kill in the unfavorable position. Now Shaady with Stalker Rifle on stairs trades with Druk. All of a sudden, 45-44.
45 to 45, make that 46 as Taulek gets the kill on Sica. Only 70 seconds left to go, and one team will be going home, and the other will be advancing as Lqgend gets a frag kill.
He's by himself. Taulek tries to keep the positioning top rail alive, but there's multiple members in Tram to deal with. All of Acend seems to be stuck back Tram. This is such a difficult place to fight out of. They need to figure out a way to get a pick. The game's tied, 50 seconds left, but the entire map is at Pioneer's disposal. A nade!
Druk with the Hail Mary, looking for the second. Not able to get the stick.
Pressure,
the pressure, the push. Druk, SoulSnipe, Manny, and there you have it! Pioneers!
KCP!
Pioneers with the clutch back-to-back Game 5 victories in this elimination bracket. They did it against Fnatic, and they do it here against Acend. What a performance out of Pioneers.
Speechless. SoulSnipe with 20. In a game like that, a stalemate game, a game slowed down. Somehow SoulSnipe finds 20 to clutch it up, to push his team over the limit, but it was Druk's grenades that broke the last stalemate of the game, that won his team the game, because not only did the first nade find the kill, the second nade knocked another guy to no shield. And when Pioneers smell blood like that, when they see an opening, they take that opening. They were aggressive. They ended the series on their note, and because of it, they take Game 5, 50-46. SoulSnipe 20-12. You madman, you on fire. Lqgend making a name for himself, making a statement that KCP is here.
What a performance out of SoulSnipe, and I want to give a shout out to Druk as well. The entire series, he was playing like a man on a mission, and that, like we talked about, that initial frag grenade to get the 47th kill. And what I love about this Pioneers team is we talked about them not playing true to themselves earlier, but at the end, they played so true to themselves. When they got that last kill, they didn't wait and try to win the game off the timer. They pushed their advantage, they pushed them in Tram, and they get the final 4 kills without even dropping one of their own bodies. And looking at this series layout, this was a magnificent series, and we love to see that.
What a series, what a heartbreaking finish for Acend in their tournament run here in Kansas City.